Look at obituaries next, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for burials and cremations and pre-need is Curtis & Son Funeral Home, 256-245-4361. Mr. John William Tumlin, age 72, of Sylacauga, died December 3rd. Mr. Tumlin was, prior to his illness, was conference coordinator for the enlisted National Guard Association of Alabama and the National Guard Association of Alabama. He was also a member of the National Veterans Day Committee. His most current position was Secretary for the Alabama National Guard Insurance Trust Board of Trustees. Now, he served as president of the enlisted National Guard Association of Alabama from 1992 to 1996. Following his retirement from the National Guard, he was an active participant on the National Guard Family Programs Council of Alabama. Visitation for Mr. Tumlin will be this morning from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. at Curtis & Son North, followed by a funeral service at 11 from the North Chapel. A committal service will follow at the Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. In lieu of flowers, a family request donation be made to the Alabama National Guard, Inc. In Montgomery, Alabama. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Visitation again for Mr. John William Tumlin, age 72, will be Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. till 11, with a funeral service at 11 from Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Sandra Jean Bullock, age 73, of Sylacauga, died December 3rd. Visitation will be this morning, 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Curtis & Son North, with the funeral service beginning at 2 from the North Chapel, with interment in the Evergreen Cemetery. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Funeral service for William A. Bill Evans Sr., age 82, of Sylacauga, will be Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. from the sanctuary, with the Reverends Jeff Fuller and Tommy Thornton officiating. Burial in the County Line Cemetery. Visitation will be this evening, 5 until 8 o'clock at Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel. The body will lie in state at the church on Wednesday prior to the service, 1 until 2 p.m. Mr. Evans died December 2nd at UAB in Birmingham. Of course, he was retired as sheriff of Coosa County in 2002 after serving some 24 years as sheriff. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Alfred Wilson, age 56, of Sylacauga, died this morning at UAB Palliative Care, Radley Smith Funeral Home, announcing. Mr. Michael L. Dew, age 75, died December 5th at Brookwood Baptist Medical Center, Radley Smith Funeral Home, with the arrangements. And funeral service for Allison Delane Stadler, age 39, of Sylacauga, is Wednesday at 11 a.m. from the chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home, with the Reverend Wayne McDaniel officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Miss Stadler died Sunday, December 4th at her residence. Visitation Wednesday, 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Marie Kennedy Jarvis, age 89, will be Wednesday at 11 o'clock in Alexander City at the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Reverend Shane Dismuke and Randy Anderson officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends tonight, 5 until 8 at the funeral home. Mrs. Jarvis died December 4th at Russell Medical Center. She was a member of the Wayside Baptist Church. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Ann Allen, age 86, of Alexander City, will be Wednesday at 2 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Reverend Wayne Cowhick officiating. Burial in the Alexander City Cemetery. The family receiving friends Wednesday 12:30 to 1:30 at the funeral home. Mrs. Allen died Sunday, December 4th. In lieu of flowers, the family requests that memorial contribution be made to the Alexander City Methodist Church, P.O. Box 307, Alexander City, Alabama, or to the Tallapoosa Christian Crisis Center, 4525 Dadeville Road, Alexander City. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at raddyfuneralhome.com, Raddy Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Belinda Riggins, age 59, is today at Jesus A. Deliverance Temple in Sylacauga, beginning at 1 p.m. Burial in the Jesus A. Cemetery in Sylacauga. The body will lie in state at the church 1 hour prior to the service. Mrs. Riggins died in Sylacauga on November the 29th. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga directing. Ricky Wayne Jones, age 65, died December 3rd. Funeral service today at 2 o'clock from Ursery Funeral Home Chapel in Talladega, with the Reverend Wes Johnson officiating. Burial in the Midway Memorial Gardens. Mr. Jones was a member of the Talladega Creek Baptist Church. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com, Ursery Funeral Home Talladega directing. Funeral service for Mr. Jerry Doc Hauser, age 64, will be Wednesday at 11 a.m. from Mount Zion Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Burial in the Pine Grove Church Cemetery. Visitation today, noon until 8 at the funeral home. The body will lie in state at the church 1 hour prior to the service on Wednesday. Mr. Hauser died November 30th in Sylacauga. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, in charge of the arrangements. This obituary report brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for burials, cremations, and pre-need. It's Curtis & Son Funeral Home. 256-245-4361. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.